You what? You cycle to work? Aren't you terrified? It's a response I often get when people find out that I cycle to work. I'm going to be sharing with you why it's safer to be cycling. Now certainly most of us are afraid of injuring ourselves, of bodily harm or even death, but we differ in how anxious we feel about it. Why? I find we differ in how likely we view something to happen. So in the case of cycling, we might view it as being really safe activity, or we might view it as being more dangerous. And we might be thinking that the likelihood of danger is far higher, and that would cause more anxiety. Now knowing stats and facts about this can help, and I'll share some with you today. But to change how your midbrain responds, you're going to need to get some experience IRL. You're going to need to actually get out and cycle to show your brain that it is safer than you think. So on to the stats part. So 1 in 1,000 New Zealand cyclists are injured each year in crashes. So that's like 0.1%. Versus, for cars, it's 3 in 1,000, or 0.3%. That means cycling is 3 times safer than driving in a car. And ACC figures show that cycling is safer than netball, basketball, rugby, cricket, soccer, tennis. Now if you do go cycling, you may be tempted to don a full fluoro jumpsuit to make sure you're seen by motorists. But research shows that motorists are actually more likely to drive closer to cyclists wearing fluoro. So fluoro may not be quite as safe as we think, and neither is driving in our cars. I have experienced anxiety about this. Maybe I made the mistake of wearing fluoro. The first thing I noticed was something rubbing against my right hand side, going fast, putting on the brakes hard, flying, sliding a little way, and seeing the bus head off into the distance. I had a fractured collarbone and some grazes. My helmet had a bit of a crack in it, so I got this one. Haven't had any traffic incidents since. I got back into regular cycling to work, but for a good year, my heart would pound whenever a bus went past, and I'd feel the urge to flee, to pull towards the curb, to escape. And some days, I desperately wanted to quit. What kept me going was the approach motivation of planning my next bicycle project, as well as the freedom, movement, and lowered costs that cycling to work brings. And gradually, very gradually, the anxiety reduced as I pushed myself to stay in position, not pull towards the curb as a bus went past, which would be a safety behaviour. Didn't feel like it would happen during the process, but now I feel quite confident against cycling. Then we want to consider the health risks of not cycling. We're more likely to experience injuries and even death from a sedentary lifestyle. Physical inactivity contributes to 12% of deaths, far more than cycling. In fact, there's plenty of research to show that cycling is far more likely to extend your life than shorten it. And then there's the physical fitness and psychological benefits of exercise. And for us, we've found that cycling is a brilliant way to get regular exercise. So cycling may not be as dangerous as you might have thought, and the benefits far outweigh the risks. So get out there and try some cycling. We're anxiety specialists. We do videos on anxiety and psychological well-being. If you're interested, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.